Hello everyone, welcome back. He is going to talk to us, okay. Part 26, I think. Here we go. Jabu-sama wa ikite orareta no da na. For goodness sake, I can't stand this. Ikiru is to live, and that's just te form because I guess it's going to be. I guess this is a kind of a. Basically it would be ikite ita, I think, which just means he was living, in the sense of he was. Turns out he was alive after all, sort of thing, or he is alive after all, kind of thing. That's just how the tense is going to work here. He was alive even when we feared he wasn't, kind of thing. That's the idea there. But for some dumb reason, he's decided to use oru in its kind of passive tense. So it's orareta for some. I don't. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so Lord Jabu was alive, wasn't he? Kind of thing. Nagai nengetsu o ikinuita seirei no chikara wa ganon no shinkou o ichihayaku sachi shiteita you da. Okay. Interesting. Nagai nengetsu o ikinuita seirei no chikara wa. So obviously everything's kind of modifying chikara there, which is power. So the power of spirits, or of the spirits, the great spirits, that I guess has lived kind of through, in a way. Has kind of lived and escaped through long year months. Or long years and months. The power of the spirits that has lived through so many, long years and months. That power, Ganon no Shinko Ichihayaku Sachi Shiteita Yoda. Seems, the yo at the end is like a seems, yo. Seems it was detecting. Like, maybe Ichihayaku is like immediately, I guess, I assume. Seems it was detecting immediately Ganon's invasion. In rather negative news, I believe the invasion of Ukraine is referred to as a Shinko as well. Let me just get my phone and double check a few things. But yeah, I believe that's the same word. Just want to look that up. My phone is the worst phone on the planet, and it has decided that I can't use the home screen anymore. So that's not responding. So I'll restart that. Don't get a digno. That's the phone I'm using. It's shit, in a word. I don't know, man. It's all right. It just has fundamental flaws like this, like it freezes and stuff. So that's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to assume I'm right until that restarts. Let's move on. Ritozoku no otoko no yu koto o shinzuru naraba. Jabu-sama ga... Well, let's start with that, actually, because that's sort of its own sort of clause there. So naraba just essentially meaning if. Shinzuru is not the word people use nowadays. People say shinjiru, which is to believe. But maybe this is old, and because he's old, he's using this. Shinzuru naraba. So if you believe, or if we believe, perhaps, the said things of the Rito tribe's male, or of course, less literally, if we believe what the Rito man said, Jabu-sama ga hisonde おられる洞窟については海賊たちが何かを知っているらしいな。So yeah, kind of, I suppose, Nitsuite basically means about. So about the cave, Jabu-sama is kind of lurking in, hiding in, lying dormant in, as the dictionary said the other day. But again, he is, for some reason, instead of just saying hisonde iru, or yeah, hisonde iru, he's gone hisonde orareru again, because he's a nutter like that. But yeah, about the cave that Jabu-sama is lying dormant in, the Kaizokutachi, the pirates, something shitteru, they know something. The pirates know something, and then Lashi, of course, just meaning like apparently. And then na at the end, just sort of rhetorically seeking agreement. Mazu wa Taurato ni ite saguri o irete miru ka. What is even this? Okay, so Mazu wa is like first, or Mazu is first, and then wa is just a particle. Taurato ni ite, go to Windfall Island, and saguri is it's the same kanji as sagasu, which is to search, and saguru is also, I guess, to search. Well, it's not. Is it to search? I feel like saguru is a little bit more to kind of to feel something out. It's a little bit different in nuance. Sagasu is to search for. Maybe saguru is to. It's a similar word, isn't it? It might even be exactly the same, but I feel like saguru is. Yeah, like to feel it out, maybe. Let's have a look. Saguru. It says to sound out. To search, to look for, to sound out. Maybe not different to sagasu, but for some reason he's opted for that over sagasu in this case. And then irete miru. Irete miru, I'm not even sure. Well, saguri, I suppose his saying saguri makes it into a noun. Oh, here we go. No, saguri or ireru is a word apparently. Yeah, to probe, to search, to sound out, to investigate. Okay. And then obviously miru at the end, just for like to try doing, to kind of see how it goes, to try doing. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, let's do that, dude. I'm on that. Must be up this way, right? And while we're doing this, I guess I will look up some of these other words. I'm going to have to obviously leave the buttons. Well, actually, that's not necessarily true. Ah! Interesting variation on the main theme, isn't it? Much more kind of minor, much more sinister. What do we have? We had Ichi Hayaku, didn't we? Without delay, promptly, quickly, yeah. And then we were looking up Shinko, weren't we? Shinko. Yeah, invasion. I think it must be the same word as is used for the Ukraine invasion. Yeah. Okay. Litozoku no mono ga itta tori, hitome o 避けるようにして、okay? 海賊船が止まっているな。Yeah, kind of line by line maybe. So we've got Lito Zoku no mono ga itta tori. Tori here is basically, it comes after verbs. In this case, it's like the way said. The way the Rito Zoku, the way the Rito tribe person said. You know, just as they said. Hitome o sakeru you ni shite. Hitome, I believe. Just check the reading of that. It's just, you know, people's public gaze, apparently. Public notice. Hitome. Literally people's eyes. But yeah, public gaze, apparently. Hitome o sakeru. Sakeru, maybe yokeru. I don't know the... Like, there's no difference in the spelling. Like they both have keru leading after the kanji, but they can be read as sakeru or yokeru. One of them is to avoid physical contact with, so I don't think it's yokeru then, it must be sakeru, which is to avoid a situation. So sakeru yo ni shite, so they have kind of made it almost, they have acted to a situation, they have acted to a situation of avoiding public gaze, public notice. Hitome o sakeru you ni shite kaizoku ga. It's interesting that that's there. Anyway, oh no, sorry, kaizoku sen. Hitome o sakeru you ni shite... Okay, never mind. I'll leave my translation of that as it was. I don't know. Kaizoku-sen, so literally just pirate ship. Ga tomatteiru. Tomaru is to... This is a weird kanji for this, actually. Maybe. This tomaru means to, like, stay the night. Oh, no. One of the... Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know this one. One of the definitions is to be docked. To be moored, etc. So tomatte iru now, so it exists being docked in such a way that it avoids public gaze. Nani o shirabeteiru ka wakaran ga takara ga me ate de koudou shiteiru no nara. Okay, so that sentence is not finished. More information is coming in the next text box, but yeah. And I suppose we can start here for the first half of it. I don't know, or it is not clear, it doesn't become clear. What are they searching for, or what are they investigating? Shiraberu is to sort of investigate, I suppose, or to search. Yeah, to look for, to literally like search on Google would be like shiraberu, I think. Although they probably know the word search as well. But yeah, shiraberu is to investigate, to get more information, to, you know, stuff like that. So what are they researching? What are they investigating? It is not clear. But takara ga me ate de koudou shiteiru no nara. I think this is like if they are behaving. Koudou is like activities or behavior or actions. So it's like if they are acting, or if they perhaps were acting, is a better translation for English, because, you know, we use were for conditionals, don't we? So were they, if they were acting with sort of treasure as their goal, I think is kind of the idea there. どうせ聞いたところでまともに教えてくれはせんだろう。Yeah, どうせ I guess meaning like no matter what? We've seen this before, I can't remember. Yeah, in any case, at any rate, sort of no matter what, I guess. Dose kita tokoro de. Maybe like at the place that we asked them, or at the place where we have asked them, in the sense of, it's kind of a relative tense thing, I think, again. It's like, even though the asking will be in the future, at the point that we have asked them is kind of maybe the best translation there. At the point that we have asked them in the future, Matomo ni oshiete kurewasen daro. This is basically a negative. Oshieru is to teach or to tell. So oshiete kure, you could think of it basically, I hope, as oshiete kuremasen. But he's for some reason said wasen, which I guess isn't much different. But yeah, they would not do us the favour of telling us. And I guess matomo ni just kind of means like absolutely they would not tell us. Oh, okay. No. Apparently it means fair and square, flat out, squarely. So they wouldn't tell us so straightforwardly, perhaps. We would have to kind of do something or threaten them, or we would have to make them tell us. So they would, they wouldn't just tell us because we asked, like. And then daro just kind of rhetorically, but assertively seeking agreement, kind of thing. Omae yo, nanto ka kaizoku domo ni shirarezu ni nani o shiteiru no ka o saguru no da. Saguru no da. So just addressing us, and then nantoka, like, in some way, basically, somewhat. Nantoka, let's get a better definition for that. Something or other, so and so, somehow, anyhow, one way or another. So nantoka, kaizoku domo ni shirarezu ni. Yeah, so I guess this is like kind of without being known by the pirate domos. The domo is just a pluralizer, but I think it's a bit more crude than touchy. So it's not, if you use domo, it means, as a pluralizer, it means that you probably dislike the party that you're adding domo onto. So yeah, kind of without being known by the pirates. What are they doing? Search. Kind of quite literally, search for what they are doing. Yeah, cool. Right, I'm on it, bro. Obviously, I say obviously, that it's not obvious. I was going to say obviously I know where to go, but given my inability to play this game as demonstrated in previous parts, I don't think that is obvious, actually. But I do know where to go. Okay, that's fine. Whether I can get there without jumping off the edge is kind of a different problem. Awesome. Waruku omou na yo. Waruku omou na yo. I don't know how to intonate that. I think I did hear someone say this na the other day, and it just sounded like a normal verb. So waruku omou na yo, maybe. Which, omou is to think. Waruku is like, evil, badly. So I guess, and then na is a negative imperative, so it's like an order. So it's like, do not think badly. And I guess, that means don't think badly of us. Otakara o te ni ireru ni wa doushitemo bakudan ga hitsuyou nanda. So this ni wa after this verb here, I guess it means like to. Kind of works actually, doesn't it? Because ni is kind of a preposition that means to. So it's like to enter into the hand the treasure, to get the treasure. however we do, however we act, kind of, you know, no matter what, whatever we do, however we do, bakudan ga hitsuyo. Bombs are required. And then nanda, just explanatory language. So bakudan is kind of it's like an exploding bullet or an exploding shell. You know, a bullet is basically what? Just a casing with gunpowder in. I'm not an expert, quite obviously, but I think, you know, that's sort of the same here. This is just a shell, like a bullet shell, a casing with that explodes. So bakudan is, yeah, bomb. まあ悪どい商売していた報いだと思って諦めるんだな。So Ma just, you know, again, kind of neutralizing the mood a little bit. Like, even though he's just said what he said, now it's like, you know, let's level out the mood a little bit. Ma. Although maybe in this case it's just well. Akudoi. I've got to look that up, don't know that. But I'm guessing it just means like terrible business sort of thing. Gaudy, showy, excessive. Akudoi shobai, and shobai is kind of just the selling of goods, it seems. Yeah, shobai. So excessively priced in a way, maybe. Akudoi shobai shiteita. You know, were doing sort of excessive sale, in the sense of, you know, charging too much, because of course we didn't see it in this series, but if you try and buy bombs earlier on in the game, he's selling them for like 999 rupees or something. You know, it's like a completely unobtainable. You don't get the wallet for that, you know, to hold that much money until later on, so you can't buy bombs basically. Oh, okay, I don't think that's even ended. Yeah, Mukui. Mukui is basically payback. It's maybe like in a karma kind of way. Reward, recompense, return, punishment, retribution. Yeah, it seems to be used in all these example sentences as kind of a karma sort of thing. But then I suppose that's what revenge and payback kind of are anyway, aren't they? They're kind of karma anyway, so... So yeah, mukui dato motte. So think, quote, it's payback for, you know, excessive sailing, you know, ridiculous pricing, I guess. And akiramerun dana. Akirameru is to give up. And I guess the unda is kind of ordering him to do that, you know, it's like, just give up. Give up, mate. Or maybe it's saying give up the excessive prices. Anyway, it's saying give up about something. Kaizoku aite ni fukkakeyo nante matsaku ii doki o shiteiru n desu na. So yeah, kaizoku aite. So like a pirate opponent, basically, to a pirate opponent, and then fukkakeru, I guess, is to lie to or something like that, is to trick, or to overcharge. Simple. Fukkakeru, or to provoke. I wonder why that means overcharge, because it sort of the meaning of the word literally is to just sort of blow onto. To blow upon. But yeah, fukkakeyo nante, so that's kind of volitional, so I wonder if it's like, you know, to try to overcharge a pirate opponent or a pirate, you know, customer sort of thing. And then nante just kind of expresses disbelief or disdain at what it follows. I sometimes translate this as to think of, you know, to think of trying to overcharge a pirate opponent. And then mataku is like utterly, perhaps utterly, or maybe that's where maybe that sentence kind of ends there. Mataku. Oh, not sure really. But then I dokyo means... That means like... Dokyo, I believe, is like guts. So I is kind of complimenting him on his... On his sort of confidence. It's like, you know, you've got guts, basically. You've got good guts. You know, that was ballsy of you, kind of thing. I dokyo shiteru. And that shiteru doesn't... As I've said before, suru kind of has many meanings. One of them is to have a certain quality. So I dokyo shiteru, like you exist having, you know, balls, I guess. And then undesna, who's saying this? I don't even know, actually. Is it this guy? Anyway, whatever, there you go. There's plenty of time on that text box. Shikashi, Gonzo no aniki mo, ano kuchi ga katai postman kara yoku kono jouhou o kiki daseta mon desu na. So shikashi just meaning like however or but. Gonzo no aniki mo. Gonzo no aniki. So Gonzo Aniki is, well, we know Aneki from Tetra. She's like Miss Tetra or whatever. So Aniki is like Big Brother Gonzo. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of companion-y, I think. Gonzo no Aniki mo. So Gonzo also ano kuchi ga katai postaman kara. From that mouth. Katai is like hard postman. So I guess it's like the opposite of loose. So he didn't have like a loose mouth, you know. He had a hard, tight, shut mouth, maybe. So yeah, from that postman with the sort of with the shut mouth, with the tight-lipped mouth, who wouldn't sort of share any information. Yoku kono jouhou o kiki daseta mon desu na. Effectively, or you did well to, kind of. Yoku kono jouhou, effectively this information. Kiki daseta, I guess, you know, asked and got out of them. Although daseru, well, daseru would be potential form, wouldn't it? So it's kind of you were able to ask and get out this information effectively. And then mon, maybe again just an emotive kind of word. Just he's very impressed with Gonzo's ability to acquire information, so he's put mon there as kind of an amplifier, an emphasizer, an emotive kind of thing, maybe. And then desna, just desna, you know, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't change anything really. Yo. I don't know what's going on there, but he's just making noise, I guess, out of surprise that he's getting sort of complimented. He's just a bit kind of like, like he's a bit kind of tripped up maybe by the compliment. Wait, who's talking to who? I said that wrong, didn't I? Who's talking to whom? Ore wa iao. Ano omae to kaie kozo to deatta toki kara domo puroro to ni wa nanika aru to nirande ita wake ya. I don't know who's talking, sorry. Ore wa yo, so I ano omae to kaie kozo to deatta toki kara. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, maybe. From the time we happened to meet with... Kozo is basically just a young boy. I think it's usually meant in kind of a Buddhist young boy with, you know, sort of traditional Buddhist haircut and lives in a temple. I think it's that, but, you know, Kozo just means boy, basically. Tokaye, I think this toka just expresses uncertainty at whether our name is actually Omaye. So it's like that boy called Omaye, question mark? Ano just meaning that. So from the time we happened to meet with that boy called Omaye, domo, puroro to ni wa at Prologue Island, nanika aru to nirandeita wake yo. Niramu? Niramu is to glare at, to scowl at, to keep an eye on. So I wonder if he's saying... I think it's this guy talking, right? He's saying like... Furodo to ni wa nanika aru to nirande ita wake yo. I think... I'm not sure, really. I feel like he's saying like... I've been having an eye on Prologue Island because something exists there, or you know, kind of wondering if something exists there. I don't know who's saying it, man. Domo. I might have to ask about this text box. And then we got wake at the end. Ore wa yo, aromae toka yu kozo to deata toki kara domo purodo to ni wa nanika aru to nirande ita wake yo. Well, wake, as I've translated it before, is like a logical conclusion. Nirande ita wake yo. So I wonder if he's explaining himself, so it can mean reason. Logical conclusion or a logical reason. Maybe he's saying... Let me just look up wake. I don't think it's going to help at all, but... Judgment or calculation based on something read or heard. Reason, cause, meaning. It could mean meaning. You could be saying like, that means I've been keeping an eye on, you know, what I mean is that I've been keeping an eye on Proto? Unless he's maybe saying he's been keeping an eye on us, Omae, because there exists something at Prologue Island, or, you know, because there may be something at Prologue Island, or Outset Island. I should probably use the actual English name, shouldn't I? Dakara, ano postoman ni au toki wa kozo no koto o shinpai shiteiru furi o shiteita no sa. Okay, dakara, so because of that, ano postoman ni au toki wa, that postman to meet time. I don't know why this isn't past tense. Kozo no koto o shinpai shiteiru furi. The boy's business, or about the boy, basically. Shinpai shiteiru, I was worrying. Furi is like a false act, basically. So I kind of pretended, I put on the act of worrying about the boy. And then oshiteita, I did that act. I did that. I was doing that act. No sa. Maybe, I don't know, man. I have to get the English, probably. Soshitara, ano yaro ga porotto na. Soshitara, having done that, I guess, or when I did that, or if I did that. Yeah, when I did that. Ano yaro ga, that rascal, is probably the best translation. It's not too rude, but it literally translates as rascal. That's why I know it, obviously. But yeah, that guy ga porotto na. I guess poro. Well, poro means in large drops. Inadvertently coming to the surface is porori. Porotto. So I wonder if it's just... Yeah, he let it slip or something, or maybe he gave information in large amounts. I don't know, man. Sasuga Gonzo no Aniki. Sasuga basically means precisely as expected of someone so great. I kind of end up linking this video in every series, but there is a good video by a YouTuber called Sarah Moon, I believe, which I will link. I will link this video. It's a video of an explanation of Sasuga and Datte, I think. But I'll link to that. kind of helped me out quite a lot. So yeah, I'll post a link. But in this case, it's like, you know, as expected of someone, you know, in a positive way. Just like the awesome you. That's just like you to do that. So cool. Kind of thing. But yeah, Sasuga Gonzo no Aniki. And then Sonna Tokoro Dake Kan ga ii toyu ka Waru chie ga hataraku toyu ka. I think this is, he's basically, the Toyukas are him wondering how we should describe it, how he should describe Gonzo's. Good points, I think. Sasuga Gonzo no Iki, Sonna Tokoro Dake. Such places only, or such points in time only. Kangai toyu ka. Kan, I guess, is just like a sense. If you've ever heard the word kanchigai, it's when you have it's when your sense of something differs to what someone's like actual intended meaning is, or something. It's like your kan chigatted to the other person's intended meaning, so your sense of something was off. So I'm wondering if this is just kind of the opposite. Your sense was good. So at such points, you know, your sense is good, or you know, should I say kind of thing? Should I say your sense is good in such places, or should I say, waruchia seems like kind of, what's the sort of evil sense of cunning? Cunning, yeah, cunning. Your cunningness works, kind of thing. Your let's have a look. Warujie, is it not? Yeah, warujie. Craft, cunning, guile. Yeah, okay, fine. So yeah, either you're, you know, should I say you have good sense, or should I say, you know, your cunning comes through, kind of thing. That's sort of what he's saying. Warujie ga hataraku aniki to atama no ii tetora no aneki ga kekkon shitara. Okay. So all of this information is just modifying aniki beforehand. So, well, not this bit. He's just going, Warujie ga hataraku aniki. So aniki whose cunning, you know, is effective, and like Miss Tetra's, or, you know, smart Miss Tetra married, you know, if you and smart Tetra married, Masani oni ni kanabo buta ni nani kore? Shinju Tenkaichi no kaizoku ni naru kamoshiremasen na. Masani, just, I hate Masani, man. I don't, because I feel like it just means for sure. Exactly, surely, certainly. It does seem to be that way, but I refuse to try to use it because I just don't think it can be that simple. Anyway, Masani Oni ni Kanabo. This is these are like sayings, basically. Butani Shinju. I don't know that. Pearls before swine. I have no idea what that means. What does pearls before swine mean? I don't know. And then Tenkaichi. Let's look that up. Tenkaichi is the best on earth, basically. Yeah, okay. I see. So 10 is the heavens, and ka is below in this case. That's the reading for it in this case, I mean. And then ichi. So number one of below the heavens, or the best on earth, basically. Yeah. And yeah, Oni ni Kanabo means like, Oni is like a demon. It's like a worthy adversary. And then it's literally like, to a worthy adversary, to a worthy adversary, you give a metal pole. So it's like, you know, making a worthy adversary even more powerful. So yeah, oni ni kanabo. Yeah. So basically, I'm sure all of these things just mean, you know, the best. You get even stronger. It will be, I don't know what this phrase means, but, you know, you'll be the best on it. Not you, but I think they're talking about having a baby, right, or something. So, well, they are in the English. And then no kaizoku, so the number one best on earth pirate, ni naru, will be or will become. And then kamoshiremasen is just probably. And then na, just kind of another rhetorical agreement-seeking thing. But, baka yoro, tereru janee ka, mataku komatta yatsu da ze. So yeah, just stuttering because he's obviously like embarrassed and that. Baka yaro is like, you know, idiot rascal. Or, you know, I suppose like, you know, you fucking idiot. You know, it's like kind of, you know, kind of rude. Yeah. Tereru. Tereru is to light up, isn't it? Yeah, to be shy, to feel awkward. Yeah, yeah. Tereru janee ka. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's saying that about himself, right? It's like, you know, don't make me feel so, you know, yeah, uneasy. I guess kind of is maybe what he's saying. I don't say such, you know, you're making me feel uneasy, you know. And then mataku komatta yatsu da ze. So I guess mataku just meaning like utterly, and then komatta yatsu. Komaru is to worry, so komatta often gets used as kind of it's past tense basically, but it kind of becomes an adjective for that reason. Komatta yatsu is like you're a yatsu. We've seen yatsu loads of times. You kind of get the idea, right? By now, right? It's like, you know, you're a worrisome knob. You're a worrisome knobhead. Does it? I think. ねえ、テトラノエネキ、こんなこと言ってますぜ。どうします？ What so Nair calling out to Tetra basically. Tetora no aneki, obviously just Miss Tetra. Konna koto ittemasu ze. This kind of thing he is saying, sort of, you know, he's saying, listen to what he's saying basically. Doshimasu, like what should we do? What should we do about him? And she has to spoil everything. Jodan wa atama dake ni shina. Oh, sorry. Kao dake ni shina. What does that even mean? Kao. I'm not going to get any words for that. Kao ni suru? Not too sure. Kao dake ni shina. Let's see if dake ni. No. Not sure, man. I might have to ask about that. But Jodan is just jokes, so regarding jokes. And then kao dake ni shina. I don't know, man. I mean, literally, it could be, you know, act so that they are your faces only. Is that what's happening? Is that what she's saying? Is she like insulting them up? Is she saying like, you know, regarding jokes, you know, your faces are the only jokes here, kind of thing? Maybe. Or, you know, consider only your faces to be jokes. Regarding jokes, consider only your faces to be them. But, you know, that's literal. I'm probably wrong. I'll ask about it. Sa, kudaranai koto shabette nai de, sassato bakudan wo fune ni hakobina. So Sa, just now, basically. Kudaranai koto. Kudaranai koto is essentially worthless things, I guess. Things that don't give off any... Yeah, good for nothing, stupid, trivial, worthless. It's not even... Apparently, it's not even a conjugated word. Just kudaranai. But that's probably just a bad dictionary thing. Kudaranai koto shabette nai de. So, yeah, you know, worthless things, you know, do not exist talking about them, or exist not talking about such worthless things. And sassato, just immediately, bakudan wo fune ni hakobina. So the bombs to the ship, and hakobu is to transport cargo or to carry things or whatever. So hakobina is just, you know, a kind of a familiar, kind of casual kind of way of requesting someone do something. And then hakobi owattara sugu ni puroroto ni shuppatsu suru yo. So this is kind of a noun this time. Hakobi, so the carrying, owattara, if the carrying finishes, or when the carrying finishes. Sugu ni, immediately. Puroroto, outside island. Ni, to outside island. Shuppatsu suru yo, we will depart. Solia naisyo, aneki. Sekkaku hisashiburi ni machi made kita no ni. So, obviously just that noise he made. Solia naisyo. Sore wa nai? I think he's sort of saying just, I don't know, literally it doesn't really work, but, you know, I assume it's just like, you know, that is not the case, or, you know, we don't want that to be the case. This small tsu and then a su is just it's just des, but, you know, merged. Solia naisyo. Aneki, just addressing her. Sekkaku. Sekkaku is when you do something... Oh, I think the fish said this, didn't he? The fish said this? But yeah, sekkaku just means when you sort of go to effort to do something, or someone else does or something. So, you know, sekkaku hisashiburi ni machi made kita no ni. So, although we came until town, hisashiburi just basically means in a long time, and ni is just needed for that. Hisashiburi ni, you know, yeah, I guess in a long time, we came to town. Sekkaku is just like, you know, to great pains. We went to all the effort of coming to town, and now we, you know, he doesn't want to just leave now. You know, it's they've made all the way here, and to leave immediately is just, you know, total waste. Kyou wa umaimon demo tarafuku kutte ashita no asa ni shuppatsu shimashou ya. So kyou wa, today, umaimon, shortening of umai mono, umai meaning like delicious, and mono just meaning things. Umaimon demo just meaning basically that, you know, not limited to just this. He wants to eat delicious things, but, you know, we don't have to do that. You know, it's kind of that. It's hard to translate, man, but it's like, oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, that'll kind of do. Tarahuku, I guess, is just, you know, a lot, or to one's heart's content. Okay. Tarahuku kutte. Ku is your normal verb, ku, and that just means to sort of munch on. I consider it as having a slightly more kind of crude meaning than taberu. You know, it's a bit less sophisticated, I guess. So yeah, kutte. So they want to munch on. That's probably quite a good translation. Munch. We want to munch good food. And then ashita no asa ni, kind of, yeah, in tomorrow's morning. Shuppatsu shimashou. Let's depart tomorrow morning. With ya at the end for fun. Ore wa betsu ni ii desu yo. Aneki no iken ni daisansei, I think. Maybe daisansei. So, ore wa, regarding me, betsu ni, you know, sort of not especially as kind of betsu ni. いいんですよ. I'm fine. You know, I'm not particularly, you know, I don't know, it doesn't work, does it? Because this is positive here. So 別にいいんですよ. Like, I am not especially committed. Like, I'm fine either way. I'm not particularly bothered. 姉貴の意見に, you know, to, you know, Mrs. 意見 is opinion. And then 大賛成 is just like, you know, well, not complete, but, you know, large agreement. I largely agree. I agree with you. You know, I very much agree with you, whatever your opinion is, kind of thing. だけど、楽しみにしていたこいつらのことを思うと、それじゃあまりにもかわいそうで。So だけど just meaning like but. 楽しみにしていたこいつらのことを思うと. So kind of, I think of these guys' situations. I think about these guys, basically. I think about these guys who were, you know, who were looking forward to, you know, coming to town, obviously, as kind of implied. And, you know, I think of them, and それじゃ, or maybe less literally, like, if I think of them, thinking from their perspective, それじゃ, you know, それじゃ just meaning like, I guess, you know, departing so quickly, you know, with such action, doing such action, with such action. あまりにも basically just means excessively, too much of something. あまりにもかわいそう. かわいそう means poor in like, you know, pitiful. Not pitiful. Pitiable. Like, you know, poor them. Poor these guys. You know, they were looking forward to it so much. You know, I'm you know, poor them. They don't want to go. Poor the pirates. That's what kawaisou means. It's like to have pity on someone. It's an adjective. So excessively, they will be sort of, you know, they will be sort of disappointed, and that's pitiable. Kawaisou de. だから明日にしましょうよ. So, you know, because of all of that, let's consider it, or 明日にしましょう. Yeah, let's put it to tomorrow, sort of thing. Let's make it so that we act tomorrow. And then ね、お宝は逃げやしないって. So ね, just kind of like, you know, like talking to Tetra there. お宝は treasure, 逃げやしないって. 逃げやしない. I think that's just a kind of a dialectal thing. Yeah, that might just be like nigedashi? Is that a word? Nigedasu is a word. I'm not sure. Well, regardless, it's basically saying, you know, the treasure, it's not going to run away. It's not going to run away anywhere. And then maybe Te is quoting it because maybe he's saying, or he would say at the end that he is saying, what I'm saying is the treasure's not going to run away. But you don't need to explicitly state that verb in Japanese. You can just end it with a quote particle thing. Te. But yeah, nige yashi. Or nige ya shinai. I don't know, man. Maybe it's like nige as a noun, and then ya as like a non-exhaustive list particle kind of thing. And then shinai just meaning will not do. It will not do things such as running away or any other, you know, any other business that means we can't just get it tomorrow, sort of thing. They're not going to back you up, dude. Look at them. Nah, minna. So just like, isn't that right, everyone? Minna mo sou shitai yo na. Everyone also, you know, so wants to do so. Right? Look at them. Nothing. They're already picking up the barrels, man. They're ready to go. Baka da ne. Anta tachi wa. So just, you know, idiots. Aren't you? Anta tachi. You know, you guys. Ano kowasarechimatta shima o mitaro. I think this mitaro at the end at least is like mita daro, but just combined into mitaro. So yeah, ano kowasarechimatta shima. That, you know, been destroyed island you saw, didn't you? Hayaku shinakya puroroto datte ano shima no ni no mai ni nachimaunda yo. Hayaku shinakya. So again, this is kind of a shortening of shinakereba naranai. So if we do not do quickly, basically. Puroroto datte, yeah, Prologue Island even or as well. Yeah, demo? Even maybe? Even Prologue Island, even Outset Island. Anoshima not that island's, that's talking about Great Fish Island, the destroyed one. That island's like second occurrence. Nino Mai is just kind of a happening again kind of thing. All over again, repeating the same failure in parentheses. So Nino Mai ni nachimaundayo. And that's just sort of, you know, natte shimao. Undesirably it will become the second occurrence of, you know, of that island, of that destroyed island. Excuse me. I don't know what this is. Is this hati? It's not wate, is it? Must be hate. Hati? So he's obviously like going, Ari? Like in kind of a surprised kind of exclamation-y way. It's kind of like, oh? You know, what's this? Kind of thing. Nanka, aneki wa o takara yori, ano shima o tasukeyou to shiteiru mitai ni kikoemasu na. So Nunca, just basically, Nunca kind of stands in for the word like in English quite a lot. And it often, it doesn't really mean anything. It just kind of precedes things you want to say. Nunca ne. Like, people will often say that. They will say like Nunca ne or Nunca. And it doesn't mean anything. It just sort of, it's just, I suppose it just kind of announces that someone is about to say something, almost. And it does also replace the word like in English. You know how, like, some people like, they like, you know, they like do this, and then they like want to say something, but they like keep saying like this. You know, it's that. But maybe not in this case. I think this is just him saying it before he says something, which is normal. But yeah, not a translatable thing really. Aneki wa otakara yori, so than treasure, miss that shima, that island, tasukeyou to shiteiru, is trying to help that island than treasure. You know, rather than treasure, you're trying to help that island. Mitai ni kikoemasu. It can sound as though, it can sound like, basically, mitai ni kikoeru and you ni mieru and maybe you ni kikoeru. I think we might have seen it right. It's just like it sounds like you want to help that island more than you want to find treasure. We'll just leave that there. Nani itteru ndai? Watashi wa ano shima no takara ga. So, nani itteru, just, you know, what are you saying? Undai, just, you know, but more forceful ending, basically. Watashi wa, I, ano shima no, that island's, takara ga, you know, treasure, something. Oh, she thought. Wakatta, wakatta yo. Shima ni iku no wa ashita ni suru yo. So, I get it. I see, I'm, I understand you guys, sort of thing. Shima ni iku no wa. So again, this nominalizing no. So going to the island. Ashita ni suru. Let's set it to tomorrow, sort of thing. Let's consider it to be tomorrow. Sono kawari, ashita no asaichi de shukkou suru kara nebou shitari suru n janai yo. I think. Nebou. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, good. So, sono kawari. Kawari is like, kind of to replace, or kind of instead. So, sono kawari, like in return for that, sort of thing, basically, in exchange for that. Ashita no asaichi de. And I guess that's just tomorrow's morning one. So, first thing in the morning, basically. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, shukkou suru kara. We will depart first thing in the morning tomorrow. So, nebou shitari surun janai yo. Nebou is just sleeping in late, and shitari just to kind of give a sort of non-exhaustive list of things not to do. So sleeping in late. And perhaps in this case, because these guys are maybe adults, you could say like, being hungover, not coming back to the ship. All of these other things are things not to do, but she's not doing that. She's just saying this one with shitari. Nebou shitari suru. I don't know if we've discussed this much. Basically, shitari, you use like the past tense of a verb, and then ri. And you can do that with... just, however many verbs you want, really. You could say like hon o yondari, terebi o mitari, I don't know, chocolate o tabetari. So you've got like reading books, watching TV, eating chocolate, but then at the end you have to put some form of suru verb. Yeah, you have to have like a suru verb at the end. So in this case we've only got the one verb that's in tari form, nebou shitari suru, and then it's straight to suru to end it. But that kind of, as I said, stands in for a much longer list of things to not do in this case. So nebou shitari suru n janai. So do not sleep in late, or any of the other verbs that I haven't explicitly mentioned, like as I gave as an example, maybe being hungover, or bringing women back. Don't do anything dumb like that. Just, we're leaving first thing in the morning, so don't stay in late, etc. And then which I love saying. I don't know what it means. It's just a noise basically, but I think it kind of, maybe it's like a, I don't know, man. Wees. I love it, but I don't really ever say it to people in Japanese. I just kind of, I don't know, I just like saying wees. It's funny. But I did actually ask this the other day to someone, and they said it's just like it's a bit like the mas at the end of or des. It just kind of stands in for that. It just kind of perhaps means like understood sort of thing. Wees. I don't know, man. Anyway, obviously in this case, kind of a celebratory, understanding kind of noise. So yeah, Aniki, kyou no aikotoba tte nan deshita kana? So yeah, I think stands in for so ieba, which is like, so ieba. Yeah, meaning like, talking of that, and then Aniki, just addressing him, talking of that, Aniki, I don't know what Aniki is, man. Kyou no aikotoba, today's password. Te nan deshita kana? What was it, I wonder? Mokko, nanda wasureta no ka? I don't know what Mokko is. That's not his name, is it? What's Mokko? don't know. Probably nothing. We'll assume it's nothing. Maybe just a noise of disappointment or something. Nanda wasureta no ka? Like, what's happening? You forgot it, have you? Shoga ne yatsu da na. You're an unhelpable dickhead. I don't know. You're a, you know, you're a useless guy, aren't you? Sort of thing. Kyou no aikotoba wa takara nashi daro. Today's password, takara nashi daro. So takara, maybe, I don't know if this is wordplay, maybe not. But takara is treasure, and nash just means to not have, or to not, yeah, without. So just without treasure maybe, or to not have treasure, or for there not to be treasure. And then daro, just, you know, that thing again. Koitsu wo tadashiku iwanai to Niko no yatsu ga naka ni irete kurenee zo. We'll deal with that first. So koitsu referring to the password, interestingly. So this thing, tadashiku iwanai to, you know, correct. Tadashi is correct, basically. So tadashiku is an adverb. Correctly. Not say and, or, you know, less literally, if you don't say it correctly. Niko no yatsu, that guy Niko, naka ni irete kurenee. Excuse me. To inside, he will not enter you, sort of thing. He will not let you in. Zo, and then aitsu wa henna tokoro de komakee kara na. So aitsu referring to Niko, that guy. Henna tokoro de. I don't really know what that means actually. Henna tokoro de. Henna tokoro de. Maybe like due to a weird place within him, due to a weird part of his personality. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that. Due to a weird part, a weird place in his personality. He is komakai. Now, komakai means precise. It means to worry about the small things, to be very precise and particular, basically, yeah. But he's saying komakee because you can. It's more sort of slangy. It's a bit more kind of crude, maybe, more casual. But yeah, you can do that. You can do that with like any adjective. Like, for example, nagai can be nage. Takai can be take. Kowai, weirdly, can be koe. But I have no idea how to spell that in hiragana or whatever, because there isn't a we symbol. So I actually asked about that once on a language exchange. How do you spell koe? Like, but anyway, yeah, so komakai is the base adjective, but he's saying komakee. And then kara na, you know, so yeah, he, due to a weird place in his personality, I think he is precise, you know, or because he is precise like that, he will not let you in unless you say it exactly right. And then mo ichido use, so more one time or one more time, yeah, I will say it one more time. Kyou no aikotoba wa takara nashi da. Today's password is takara nashi. Oh, yeah, guys. Takara nashi desu na. So he's just reconfirming out loud. Alright, have they gone? They've actually gone? Oh, that was way longer than I thought it would be. Yeah, cool. That's that then. I guess I'll just hop down and run around in a circle. Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. Hope it's been worth it and that. Like if you want, don't if you don't. Sub if you want, don't if you don't. Thanks to my patrons. And I'll catch you next time.